Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a embellishment process video for you guys, and if you guys haven't seen my tag video, I will link that down below. It was during Valentine's Day where you guys wanted to see how I created a couple of pockets on some tags so you can stick in some goodies. This is kind of the same process, but during Valentine's Day I also created some pocket library card pockets, and I got inspired by a stamp set, this stamp set here, and I sent this to Karina and I made some little pockets to hold the library card in. But I know that there's a bunch of tutorials out there on how to make those library pockets, so I thought I'd go ahead and turn them into like tag pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the tutorial on how to make that, and then I'll get into a decoration process and create 4 different tags with you guys. So first things first is you're going to need a piece of pattern paper. I'm just using some scrap here just because I've already created my tags that I'm going to decorate with. And we're going to cut this down. We're going to cut it down to 2 3/4 by 6 inches. So I just need to cut this down to 2 3/4. And that's it for the cutting. So next we're going to go ahead and you're going to take your scoring tool, and on the 6-inch side we're just going to score at 3 3/4 of an inch. So again, on the 6-inch side, you're going to score at 3 3/4. You're going to flip it, and on the 2 3/4 inch side, you're going to score at 2 1/2 and 1/4 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and go over that one more time. So on the 6-inch side, you're going to score at 3 3/4. And then you're going to flip it, and on the 2 3/4 inch side, you're going to score at 1/4 of an inch and 2 1/2 inches. I'll make sure to put the measurements on the screen so you guys can see it there as well. And then that is it for our scoring. So the next thing that we're going to do is start folding our creases here, and I'm going to go ahead and also use a bone folder to make sure that it is creased very well. So once you have all of those crease marked or creased down, we're going to go ahead and take our scissors, and starting on the short side, because there's going to be a long side that measures 3 3/4, and then you have the rest of it down here. I'm going to go ahead and try to get as close as I possibly can. You're going to go ahead and cut at an angle. So on the short side, if you're holding it towards this way like this, the short side is facing you, you're going to cut upwards at an angle to that score line, the 3 3/4 inch score line. You're going to cut up to it, as you guys can see there. And then you're just going to cut all the way up to the end. You're going to do that to the same side, so you're going to cut up. And I like to cut on the inside of the score line, just so I know that it's going to fold nicely. So you should get a piece that looks like this, like a rocket ship. Then on the short side again, where you have the wings, I'm just going to cut again at an angle, and that's just to make it easier to fold. So it's going to look like this. I hope this makes sense. I really have no better way to explain it. Once you start making these, they're going to be super easy. But it's going to look like that. Okay, So next, we want to make the tag shape on top. I will link down below my tag process video or tutorial, so you guys can see how you can make even cuts. But I have a corner chomper that actually does that for me, so I'm going to do that just for video purposes. But like I said, I will have my tag video linked down below if you guys would like to check that out. And then, now that you have this piece here, you can kind of see it forming now. I'm going to take my hole punch. I'm just using a crocodile. Doesn't matter what hole punch you use, and just punch a hole. And that's on the 3 3/4 inch side. The last thing that we're going to do is on the short side, the one that has the wings on it, you're going to take a circle punch. I'm using a 1 inch. It's my favorite size punch to use. And I'm going to put it in the middle and just cut half a circle, and that's just to create the pocket. So this is how it should look. If you want to cover the back, if you don't have double-sided paper, the inside measures 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. My tip to you, just to make it easier so you don't have to measure, take whatever paper you're going to use, put adhesive on the tag part, adhere it down, and I suggest when you want to adhere pattern paper, if it's not double-sided, to this tag piece, I suggest to kind of give yourself a little bit of space between the score line and your pattern paper, because once you fold it, it might be a little hard. So when you adhere it, try to adhere it with a little gap between the score line and your pattern paper, and that's just so that way it's easier to fold over and no one will ever see it. So there's that. Again, like I said, I'm not going to do that for video purposes, but we're just gonna go ahead and adhere this down, and I like using just some liquid adhesive. So your wings are going to get attached to the back. So you're just gonna, as you guys can see here, I'm just gonna fold this over and do that to the other side as well. And then there is your tag pocket. And then you can just go ahead and start adding stuff inside if you like. And here is the back. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate a couple for you. I'm going to be making these into little like mail tag cards. You can use them for different things. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope that it was clear enough for you to understand. But I will make sure to link down my first tag video underneath in the description box, and I hope you guys enjoy my decoration process, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! Oh, and before I start, if you guys haven't seen my tag video, I created these tags with little bunny ears on them, and I will go ahead and link that down in the description box as well. The ears that I used, I actually created myself on my computer, so you can't find them anywhere, but you can print out whatever ears you would like to use. So I'm going to be using those same ears again today, and yeah, enjoy the process.